Think airports are cool? Think again. Number one will make you sweat buckets. Today, we're counting down the 7 absolute worst airports to be stuck in during a summer heat wave. No air conditioning, insane crowds, temperatures so high you'll feel like you're melting. These airports can turn your dream vacation into a literal nightmare before you even get on the plane. You will not believe what it's like to wait for a flight at number 1. It's pure chaos. This is going to be an intense journey, so buckle up. Over the next few minutes, we'll virtually travel to 7 of the sweatiest, most uncomfortable airports on the planet. I've done the research. I've read the horror stories. I'm going to show you exactly why you need to avoid these places during the summer. We'll count down from 7 to the worst offender. Each one gets progressively more insane. But don't worry, I'm not just here to scare you. Kicking off our countdown at number 7, we're landing in the middle of the desert, Phoenix, Arizona, home of Sky Harbor International Airport. You might be thinking, it's a modern U.S. airport. How bad can it be? And that's exactly why it's dangerous. People get complacent, expecting a blast of AC at the doors. In Phoenix, the sun has other plans. Summer temps routinely pass 110 Fahrenheit, over 43 Celsius. The tarmac radiates like a giant oven. Planes become metal furnaces, and that heat seeps into terminals. Most areas have AC, but under extreme strain, entire sections can fail. When an AC unit dies at 115 outside, inside temps skyrocket in minutes. A comfortable hub turns into a human sauna. Those huge glass windows act like magnifying glasses, beaming desert sun directly into waiting areas. You think you're safe, then you're sweating through your shirt. People cluster at the few working vents, desperate for a whisper of cool air. Staff do their best, but the Arizona sun is relentless. Thousands of bodies, hot kitchens, electronics, thermal load explodes. Systems pushed to the limit falter. Even the walk from parking or the SkyTrain can feel like a convection oven. You're overheated before security. It's a modern airport in an extreme environment, and sometimes the environment wins. That potential for catastrophic cooling failure puts PHX at number 7. It's a ticking time bomb. You could be fine, or trapped in a glass box with no relief. Phoenix Sky Harbor starts our list at number 7. For number 6, we're flying to paradise, Aruba. But first, you have to survive Queen Beatrix International. Gorgeous, partially open-air architecture looks great on postcards, but in Caribbean heat it means there's no escape. You leave AC at your hotel, step into the terminal, and slam into thick 90-degree air. Giant fans just push hot, sticky air around. Lines crawl, everyone sweats. The design bets on trade winds. On still summer days, it's just stagnant, oppressive air. You can see the AC area like a mirage. Security becomes a quest for survival. Even inside, cooled zones struggle. Doors breathe humidity. People migrate like wildlife, hunting cold spots. On peak days, it's packed. Bodies generate heat that overwhelms already strained systems. Aruba is incredible, but the open-air concept fails in summer. Gateway to paradise, number 6 to avoid in the heat. You're exposed to the elements in ways you don't expect from a modern international airport. That's AUA at number 6. Number 5, Marrakech, Morocco. Menara's stunning terminal looks like a sci-fi set. Intricate glass. Beautiful, but under scorching sun, it's a giant greenhouse. Summer temps can hit 110 to 120 Fahrenheit, nearly 50 Celsius. Sunlight streams in and gets trapped. Newer parts have AC, but the building's design loads in more heat than the system can reject. You'll find cool pockets, but huge sections feel like a sauna. The older areas are the real challenge. Small rooms, poor ventilation, ineffective fans against Saharan heat. Customs and immigration can crawl through stuffy corridors. Your first and last impression is a hot, endless line. It's a victim of its own beauty, style over substance when summer hits. For baking passengers inside a gorgeous glass box, Marrakech Menara lands at number 5. Number 4. The Maldives. Your gateway to overwater bungalows, Velana International, meets you with humidity, not heat. It feels like a steam room. The air is so thick you can practically drink it. Arrivals is cramped and chaotic. Weak AC loses to constant door openings and bodies. Transfers via seaplane or speedboat often mean waiting on open-air jetties. Shade, yes. Relief, no. The departure lounge is small for peak volumes. Air feels heavy and surfaces sticky. The airport sits on its own island, wrapped in warm water pumping constant moisture. Dehumidification is an endless battle. You watch the resort glow fade into a sheen of sweat. A brutal reality check. For soul-crushing humidity and overwhelmed facilities, Mail International sweats to number 4. Cracking our top 3, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Luis Muñoz Marín International, a constantly busy Caribbean hub. Like Aruba and Mail, the enemy is a wet blanket of humidity the second you're not sealed inside AC. The biggest problem, long outdoor covered corridors. In July, they're tunnels of heat with stagnant air. People leave fresh and arrive looking like they ran a marathon. Some terminals are cool, older gate areas struggle, complaints are constant. Humidity makes 88 feel like 108. Air feels heavy, floors can even get slick. Combine the climate, crowds, and those walkways. Pure misery in a major U.S. hub. For sauna walkways and inconsistent cooling that force a sweat fest, San Juan lands at a scorching number 3. Number 2, Puerto Vallarta, Leak, Gustavo Diaz Ordaz International. One massive flaw, it's way too small for summer crowds. Small terminal spaces, aging infrastructure, hot humidity, the results are disastrous. Clear security and you're dumped into a single, narrow shoulder-to-shoulder corridor. Low ceilings, terrible circulation. Whatever AC exists just gives up under load. The air turns hot, stale, and thick, smelling of sweat and stress. Finding a seat feels like winning the lottery. Most stand, others sit on the floor for hours. Many gates are downstairs. Hotter, more crowded, air stagnant and suffocating. Families fan their kids. People chug water. Faces are utterly defeated. It looks like a disaster movie crowd, humanity trapped in a hotbox. Renovations exist, but an 80s-era footprint can't handle 2020's volume. It's failing spectacularly. From beach bliss to overheated concrete box, your last memory can ruin the trip. Suffocating crowds, no personal space, climate control surrendered. Puerto Vallarta is our runner-up sweaty summer airport. And here it is, the absolute, undisputed number 1 worst summer airport, Cancun International. Legendary for heat, crowds, and chaos, combining the worst of open-air design, humidity, and insane volume. Like Aruba, check-in is in a massive open concourse, shade but zero relief from Quintana Roo humidity. The nightmare escalates, literally, into a not fully enclosed security hall where all lines merge. Packed so tight you can't move. Thousands of bodies, 95 degrees, 90% humidity, a dangerous mix. People faint here. It happens. A lot. 30 to 60 minutes barely moving with no water and no escape. Survive security and the cooled lounge is still overcrowded. AC overwhelmed. It's still hot, still humid, and there's nowhere to sit. Cancun is the final boss of sweaty travel, a monument to poor planning and unchecked tourism growth. It prioritizes moving planes over basic passenger comfort and safety. Open-air design, volume, and climate form an unforgettable, for all the wrong reasons, experience. For all these reasons, Cancun International is the number 1 hottest, sweatiest, and worst summer airport in the world. Okay, that was intense. We've been through the 7 circles of airport hell: Phoenix, Cancun. The one thing they share? They can ruin your trip before it starts. But I promised you relief. These are the pro tips you need. Pack a cooling towel, wet it, and it stays cool for hours. Drape it in hot security lines. Secret weapon. Choose your terminal. Check which airlines use newer, better-cooled terminals. Huge difference in Cancun and San Juan. Arrive early. Rushing spikes stress and heat. Extra time helps you find cooler pockets and avoid panic. Use a lounge. A day pass can be worth every penny. Escape the crush, cool down, reset. These airports are tough, but with strategy, you can beat the heat. You're armed to survive the worst. Tell me in the comments the hottest airport you've been stuck in. I want your horror stories. Hit subscribe and tap the bell. Thank you for watching. Stay cool out there.